Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, we'd like you guys to please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So, we got the results on what happened with the Snow White movie. It was a complete failure. I did talk about a little bit of how it went so far. And then, of course, I looked at it on Sunday's showings to see how it was going to look. Instead, I didn't look at Saturday, but I looked at Sundays, and it was terrible. The seats where I live is terrible. The time frames he had, like from 4 to 5 seats for people that are it's sold. 4 to 5 seats were sold in some of the show times, either the mid time frame or the later times, and it was just completely terrible. But we got the numbers and it's not looking good. So here we go with this. The Snow White movie in domestically made a total of 42 million. Now, before I open this up, I remember when I looked at it yesterday, that it opened to a total of 43 million or 44 million. But for some reason, the money amount went down a little bit because it was showing on Wednesday, Sunday that it made 11,000 something dollars, but it made only 10,000. So it may have been a mistake. 10 million. It might have been a mistake, or it might have been something. But we'll see. I know I made thousand to million. I made a mistake on that, so don't worry about that. But like I said, dude, I mean, domestic alone, it made less than 45. That is terrible. And what's funny is Mr. Grizzly did another video before I went to do this. Mr. Grizzly did another video of these Disney chills. They're praising the movie. They're saying that this movie is great. Rachel Zegler is great. The scenes were great. Now, of course, I saw some of the reviews that I know, and that everybody that has common sense knows that it was crap. You know, my nerdy home, I listened to her. She talked about the plot and everything and the details of the movie, and I was like, they really messed up the movie. You know, but Jeremy John said it, Tyrell Magnus said it. You know, it was just plain terrible, dude. Like I said, dude, this if Disney would have just followed the source material and just went with the original of the Disney classic instead of trying to change what Walt Disney did and try to make Snow White like a rebellion or something, the movie would have been fine. And I had no problem with Rachel Zegler, you know, whatever. But until after what she has done, she's mocked the Disney fans. She's mocked Walt Disney's work. She has called out Trump supporters, even Donald Trump himself, to not know peace. And then, of course, she supported the Free Palestine thing. I'm sorry, man. It's just sad. This is what happens when actors try to go political. They gotta get roasted. There are actors that are good out there that have said good things, but they got roasted. And of course, you have actors that are terrible that got roasted. They did political things and they got roasted. But like I said, Disney. And now we got this article that came. So here we go with this. Deadline quietly admits Snow White's box office failure wasn't political after months of media spin. Now, the mainstream media, they have been damn trying to cover this up. They have been lying their way to make it think that Rachel Zegler is not the villain in this movie. Hell, they tried to blame Gal Gadot for ruining the movie. Now, Gal Gadot, I like her as Wonder Woman and everything, but the way they what I've heard from viewers that saw this movie and everything, Gal Gadot wasn't that great. She just wasn't that great in the movie. So that just doesn't make a lot of sense. But the way they did it. So but after what's been going on with Gal Gadot, when the media tried to blame her for the failure, bro. I'm hoping Gal Gadot decides to leave Disney, bro, because it's not worth it, bro. I would not be involved with any Disney Star Wars or Disney Marvel right now because it's just Disney's just terrible, terrible. And I did a video on Alien Earth, and I am worried about this. I am worried about this show series, but we'll see. So let's talk about this article a little bit, and you guys let me know what you guys think. It seems as though the failure of Snow White might not have been political after all, despite literal years of mainstream media spin. For months, Disney's live action Snow White remake has been a lightning rod for controversy, and not without reason. Between Rachel Zegler's numerous PR blunders, the creative reimagining of one of Disney's most iconic characters, and the bungled handling of the Seven Dwarfs, the studio has been in full damage control mode. The legacy media, they've been more than happy to carry water consistently, framing in Snow White criticisms as politically motivated backlash. But now, with the film's disastrous opening weekend numbers in, even Deadline is quietly shifting gears, and whether they intended to or not, they essentially confirmed that the rejection of Snow White wasn't political at all. Let's look at what they actually reported. The article opens the way we've come to expect, referencing how Snow White was being labeled Snow Woke in virtualic online critic circles, and teeing up the idea that the film's poor box office performance might be due to red state boycotts or politically motivated audiences staying home. However, buried further down, they include something far more revealing. Box office analytics firm and intelligence provided clear, undeniable data. There was no red theater blockade due to any perceived controversies with Snow White, Intelligence Chief Strategy Officer Steve Buck said. In fact, the opposite. Theaters in red counties perform better than they would normally for a family animated film of this size and scope. Read that again. Red countries didn't stay away. They showed up better than usual, according to Deadline's own numbers. Snow White drew 40% of the ticket sales and 43.5% of the attendance from red counties, which is higher than the norm for family films, typically around 37 to 40% respectively. Not only that, but the highest grossing theater for the movie was none other than Lake Buena Vista, Florida, at Walt Disney World, smack in the middle of Red State. It seems as though the only political attack lobbed around Snow White, came from within the production itself. In November 2024, Rachel Zegler faced significant backlash following a series of social media posts expressing her discontent with the re-election of President Donald Trump. She described a deep sickness in the country and stated, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and himself never know peace." These remarks ignited controversy, leading to criticism from the various public figures, including commentator Megyn Kelly, and who labeled Zegler a pig, and questioned Disney's continued association with her. In response to the uproar, Zegler issued an apology acknowledging that she let her emotions get the best of her and expressed regret for contributing a negative discourse. However, the authenticity of the apology was called into question when people noticed Zegler's grammar and tone had shifted radically from her earlier posts. This is far from Zegler's only controversy that soared audience on her. Yeah, it talks more about what she said and everything and all. How she disrespected the fans, disrespected Disney's own work, and of course, she put a political thing of pre-Palestine. But like I said, dude, I mean, this movie was a total wreck, bro. And news media's like Deadline should have never have tried to back this movie up, bro. They should have never have backed this up because their reputation right now is growing thin, man, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good for this movie. So, you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think of this article and what do you think of the numbers? Do you think Snow White is going to get to 350 million? I will say I will put a little bet on this. I will put a gut feeling that I think this movie may not even. I don't think this movie won't even get to 200. Because we have another movie. There's a movie that I'm gonna go see this weekend, this Thursday, and it's I think it's that magical horror or something. I forgot what the title is. Let me look real quick, guys. Let me look real quick at my phone. Let me look real quick. Let's see here. Wait. I know. Okay, here we go. Death of a Unicorn. Yeah, Death of a Unicorn. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go try to see that one, and we'll see. We'll see how that performs. I think it may. Not, I think Death of the Unicorn may not perform great, but I'll give it a watch. I'll see how it looks and everything, and I'll let you guys know if it's good. If it's not, whatever. Because the good thing is, it did do a little. Did some TV spots. It did a couple of TV spots that I've seen, and it has been showing up on Twitter and on Instagram and everything and all. But it didn't do that crazy advertisement, so we'll see. We'll see how this performs. So please, for this video, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for being part of the channel. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts of this. Do you think Snow White is gonna get to 350 million? Have you guys seen this movie? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? You guys let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you all so much. And I will be seeing you all until next time. Bye, everyone.